Pedal to the Metal podcast with your hosts, the Eroica and Heil68. Strap one on, boys.
Hello, System Wars. We're back with another Pedal to the Metal. This is our fourth podcast, and I am, as always, joined by my co-host, Mr. Heil68. Put your hands together. We are also joined today for our second podcast in a row by two very special guests, Mr. OreoMilkshake and the artist formerly known as Charizard, now currently known as Drops of Jupiter. Welcome back to the show, gentlemen. Today we are going to go after games. We want to talk about games. Now, we know that you guys both are very, very active in the gaming community, in writing reviews, in being up to date with what's going on, the know-how with current games. And we want to start today by talking about what you guys are playing, what you have just played, what is going on in your gaming ecosystem, in your life. So, Oreo, we know that you are big into writing reviews, and we want to hear about your latest review because it's a game that just came out, and I noticed that you had it right up on your profile page very, very quickly. Tell us about Castlevania Lords of Shadow for the 3DS.
Well, the reason it's up there so quickly is because the game's very short.
How short are we talking?
Maybe about 8 to 10 hours.
So give us the rundown. I mean, is it going to make a classic Castlevania fan happy? Is it going to appeal to the more? Is it going to appeal to the Lords of Shadow on the consoles? I mean, give us the rundown. How does this game feel?
Well, old school Castlevania fans will not enjoy it at all because of the liberty. So you're just blowing left to right.
And so there's no real
no real exploration or anything.
Really? Now that's kind of shocking given that first of all, Castlevania games are usually a slam dunk on a handheld. In fact, I can't even tell you the last handheld Castlevania game that was even reviewed poorly. So they stripped out that classic Castlevania exploration.
Yeah, the Metroidvania stuff.
Yeah. Really? So what is it more akin to? What does it feel like to play it? I mean, is it action game?
Yeah, just straight 2D. You just go from left to right and jump and go to the next area. There are some good things about it. The platforming is pretty fun. Mm-hmm. Like you can swing from chain to chain or chain hook to chain hook. I'd recommend it if you can find it for like $20.
Yeah, you wouldn't go over the $20 mark with it?
No.
No.
I paid $30 myself, and I was still disappointed.
Yeah, like there's 3 segments, and each segment successively goes backwards in time. So you're going from effect to cause. It's a neat new way of telling the story.
Oh, that is cool. It's like a Christopher Nolan Memento type.
Yeah, actually, exactly like that.
Huh.
All right, so I guess we're going to move on to our next game review that Drops of Jupiter did, which would be for Fire Emblem Awakening. Is that it for the 3DS?
Yes, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Why don't you tell the users in System Wars what you thought about that game?
See, I have this tendency to descend into hyperbole, so I'm going to try and keep this pretty grounded. But I think I liked it a lot. It might just be the best JRPG I've played in a decade at this point. It's amazing, actually, because something you wouldn't expect from Nintendo in terms of its content and presentation, and yet it still got that Nintendo depth and substance to the gameplay. It's brutally hard.
So Drops of Jupiter, tell us about the design of Fire Emblem Awakening. Like I feel like it's a game that people have maybe just started hearing about, but it's not really the type of title that jumps off the page for a Western audience. So if I was somebody that has never heard of this game, never played this game before, what style game is it? How does it play? Give us a little bit on the gameplay with this.
Okay, so it's a turn-based strategy game, mostly. If you played Advance Wars or XCOM, it's a bit like those. I mean, not exactly, but that's the closest comparison I can come up with. So battles take place on a grid. You have multiple units. You control units, and you can have them perform actions like use items and attack and heal and all that. If your character dies, he or she dies permanently, which is a big deal here because, I mean, they're like unique characters. Every character has a unique skill set. So if you want to use them later, you can't have them just, rush in head on like you can in other games. So everything you do actually counts. Like your choices have direct, tangible consequences. So you can't just, count on I'm going to go all in and pull a Kratos or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. Each character has different classes, and okay, I think one feature about Fire Emblem that people don't really talk about much is every weapon has a life. For example, say your character is using a broadsword or whatever. I don't even know if there's a broadsword Fire Emblem. He's using a sword, and the sword, like, it'll come with like a number next to it. That will be 39. This means that your character can use the sword 39 times. After the 39th time he uses it, the sword breaks.
Oh.
So, yeah, so you have to worry about that as well. Then, when you're playing it, based on how you position your characters, you can position two characters next to each other, so they will support each other. When one is being attacked, the other might come in and deflect the attack for him or take the attack for him, or he might boost his stats. And based on this, their relationship with each other grows not just within battle but outside of battle as well. So if they're of opposite genders, if you have a male and female character who get really close because they're fighting together on the battlefield all the time, they can even get married and then have children. And for a Nintendo game, yeah.
It sounds like a very deep experience.
Oh, it is.
Are there really 37 characters?
Oh, there's a lot of characters. I'm not sure how many there are because I killed quite a lot of them myself and I lost count by the end. And I know that my activity log at this point, okay, so one of the things with Fire Emblem is, assuming you're playing it with permadeath on, which is where all your characters die permanently if they die, every time they die, I would reset. I would just reset and start all over. So, the game tells you how long you've been playing, but that isn't indicated because it doesn't count all your restarts. So when you go into your 3DS activity log, it suddenly shows you how long you've been playing, and then you realize it's 60 hours or 70 hours or 80 hours, and you're like, okay, this is more content than any other release will give you. It's massive. Yeah.
It sounds incredibly interesting, and maybe from a genre that is just really starting to become a little bit more accessible. I think for a more of a non-hardcore audience, you said the game is brutally difficult. Is it? Do you think that's a deterrent in it, or do you think that it's overcome? No.
Because what they do is they give you a casual mode where the difficulty is scaled down and your characters won't die permanently or anything. So there's a casual mode. In case you're a newcomer, just play the casual mode, and you don't have to play as on the brutally difficult mode. So, I mean, if you're a newcomer, just select casual, select the easy difficulty level, and you can save anywhere you want. Your characters won't die. It won't be as difficult as it would be otherwise. So they've gone out of their way to make it accessible. Plus, I mean, knowing that modern gamers are so enamored by graphics and story and voice acting and all that.
I'm kind of curious. He says the best JRPG in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty bold statement. On any system or just handheld?
I'd say any system, but I'd say since Final Fantasy XII, Dragon Quest VIII, one of those two, since then. So it's not exactly 10 years, but in the last decade mostly.
Wow, that's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah, and okay, so just to be clear, I have played about 8 to 10 hours of Xenoblade before I lost interest in that one. I have played Ni no Kuni, just released before this. Actually, I got to review that one too. And I mean, I like all of those games, like Final Fantasy XII, Dragon Quest IX, and Radiant History. I played, I think, Lost Odyssey. So I like all of these. They're good games. And
that's my pick, is Lost Odyssey, personally.
Lost Odyssey, yeah, it's a fun game. I like all of these, but I just think this one, I don't know, it might be because it's only my first real Fire Emblem experience. I played only Sacred Stones before this, and that was a long time ago, and I mean, again, I was a kid and I didn't really get into it all that much. So this is my first real Fire Emblem experience. It's my first exposure to it, so it might be that's why I'm liking it so much. But
did you try any of the DLC?
Yes, I got the free DLC that they had. I didn't buy anything more, but they have... one more thing with this game is they have so much free DLC. There's so much free DLC. It downloads new content every 3 days by itself in the background for free.
Wow, no kidding.
What's the DLC consist of usually?
New maps, new characters, new missions. Yeah. So, and then of course there's like paid DLC where you can download new sets of maps and characters and missions and whatever. And plus like the DLC that was available day one was free for I think a period of 30 days or something. I'm not sure exactly how they went about it, but I mean I don't know. This game alone could pretty much. The thing with the 3DS this year is it's getting so many games that are massive. Like there's Monster Hunter, that's another like 100-hour long game. There's Animal Crossing, there's Pokemon.
If you were to wrap up Fire Emblem Awakening, put a big bow on it, and give it to somebody who's never played the game, what would be the feature, the standout thing about that game that you would say as you gave it to them? Is it the graphics? Is it the cutscenes? Is it the gameplay? Is it the story? What's the one big thing that really is in that game's corner?
I'd say it's the gameplay mechanics and the sheer length, sheer amount of it. Mm-hmm. And I'd say that if you have appreciation for if you have any appreciation for gaming, any kind of gaming, then you kind of need to play this game. You can't you can't say you love games and not play Fire Emblem Awakening. You have to at least give it a chance.
Heil, what do you think?
That sounds like it sounds like a huge content game. Lots of legs on it. So I don't think I'll ever get a 3DS, but sounds like something I'd like to play.
And now, Oreo, you seem to. It's not really your thing?
No, it's just kind of how complicated it can get. Like balancing out how you level up your characters. Mm-hmm. Like I played the first game and I didn't really enjoy it. I did enjoy the demo.
A 9.5 is making a statement. So this game certainly seems to have resonated with you.
Oh yeah.
All right, moving on. We're going to ask our two guests of the show where they're playing now. We're going to start with OreoMilkshake. What are you playing now, dude?
For me, nothing really came out recently that I've been playing, so I just booted up SimCity 4 a couple times, and I'm enjoying that.
Cool,
nice.
Cool. What all systems do you have anyway? We know you're pretty big in Nintendo and the Wii and the Wii U and the 3DS, but do you have a PS3 or 360?
I have a 360, but I never use it.
Yeah, that no games thing really rears its ugly head. So
OreoMilkshake owns a God box. Love it.
All right, what about you, Drops of Jupiter? What are you playing at this moment?
I'm not playing too much actually. So I'm doing a God of War marathon right now. Just finished 2. I'm currently playing 3. And I have suspended my Metal Gear Rising game. I'm supposed to go back and play it on I think Revengeance difficulty. What's the highest one called? Supposed to go back and do that. I never did that. I'm playing lots of Age of Empires. Ever since they announced Age of Empires 2 HD, I was so happy about that. So I went back and started playing the old ones again just to get myself up to speed on it.
There's such a hardcore crowd with that I don't even. I mean, even in my pinnacle, when that first came out, and having Age of Kings, I don't even want to play online. I would just get. That'd be disheartening.
You get wrecked.
Oh God.
I used to love playing. I think I just played myself. I played on Regicide and Islands map, and the idea was to make every single island of the map blue, because your color was blue. So I just go through and take over all the islands. I take monks with me and just convert every single building, kill the king.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I burned a lot of hours back in the day with that.
Yeah, I think I might I don't know if I've ever given any other game as much time as I gave Age of Kings. And I was so happy when they announced bringing it back. So I just went back and started playing Age of Mythology, Age of Kings, and Rise of Nations, basically, to kind of get myself accustomed to old real-time strategy games again. So I've been playing lots of that. And I'm playing Etrian Odyssey 4 right now. It's a 3DS game. It's a dungeon crawler, first-person dungeon crawler by Atlas. It's pretty fun.
Nice. What are you guys looking forward to? I mean, we still got a lot of tread left on the tires here this coming year from some Sony offerings and exclusives. We've got Gears of War coming out. We've got some mega multiplats coming out between BioShock Infinite and GTA 5. I mean, what are you guys looking forward to? Are you kind of looking to the horizon for the new consoles and some support to the Wii U?
Personally, I'm looking forward to Animal Crossing, Monster Hunter, Pokemon X and Y might be my most anticipated game right now. Looking forward to Wind Waker HD. Looking forward to Watch Dogs, because that just looks great. Watch Dogs looks brilliant.
I agree. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, I was holy shit. I mean, when I saw it the first time, and then they showed it the second time, I was like, holy shit! Like the reaction doesn't change. It's still as stunning as it was the first time. So, Watch Dogs. Sorry, yeah.
No, I was going to say that the demo that they showed at the Sony conference, I don't see how anyone can not be excited about that game, about Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, I'm really trying to control my hype. Same with the new Assassin's Creed game. I'm excited for that as well. Yep. Like I said, because it's all pirates and naval battles and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that with Assassin's Creed and again, I think even Watch Dogs had, maybe it's because it's built by the same studio, but it's Ubisoft Montreal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was an Assassin's Creed tone to the Watch Dogs demo that we saw too, I thought. And, for me, I think that the biggest detractor to Assassin's Creed 3, and actually you and I have talked about this, Shar, was the fact that the things that were great about the Assassin's Creed franchise, about being able to accomplish 20, 30 different little objectives on your way to a big objective, seemed to be, for the most part, stripped out of Assassin's Creed 3 in lieu of fast traveling out of the forest into a city. And I just felt like it was a much, much more choppy experience than the fluidity that we were used to in the earlier Assassin's Creed games. And I felt like where I got that itch scratched was in Far Cry 3, believe it or not, where I felt like in Far Cry there was never something that I couldn't do, or that there was never a lack of things to do. And I'm hoping that fluidity in game design, where there's an objective around every corner, shows back up in the new Assassin's Creed and also in games like Watch Dogs. So, Oreo, we've heard from Drops of Jupiter as to what games he's looking forward to and what's down the pipe. Let's hear it from you. What are you looking forward to, and what do you got your eyes on?
A lot, actually.
Let's hear it.
So, Lego City, I made a big hype thread about that.
Excellent thread, by the way.
Thanks. Made all the gifts myself.
Nice. Heil's all over that game too. He can't stop gushing about it.
I'm currently playing the Lord of the Ring one for the 360, and it's really good. I haven't played too many of them, so I hope if it's even anything remotely close to that quality and that level, then I'm going to be very happy.
Give me a rundown real quick too, Oreo. The new Lego game. It's obviously not licensed material. It's just Lego pieces, and is it? They change profession. They can unlock certain skills as a police officer and as a fireman, or do I have that wrong?
Well, no, they're basically just disguises. You're not really changing profession per se.
Okay.
I did read though in the Euro review that you posted that there is some tips of the hat to Nintendo and their either franchises or characters, so it might be interesting to see how that pans out. I don't know if you'll see glimpses or Easter eggs of Mario or Princess Peach or whatnot, but he didn't spoil it for us, so that's kind of cool. So, but there is some references to Nintendo, so I don't know. I don't think that game's ever going to go multi-plat, do you?
Probably not.
All right, cool. So what else are you looking forward to?
There's Luigi's Mansion 2, which looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too. Actually, we have two 3DSs kicking around in my house right now, and that one looks real fun.
Yeah, especially with the online multiplayer.
When's that one coming out?
The 24th.
This month, March.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. You said a lot. That's only 2 games, so keep them rolling. What else?
And Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Wii U.
How do you think they handled the port of the game? It looks like, to me, from the outside when I've read about it, it's the preferred version. So they actually put some thought and effort into it. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, because they, improved the graphics. I'm just a big fan of Criterion and the Burnout franchise.
Absolutely. And so are you getting Monster Hunter for 3DS or Wii U or both?
No, I played the demo, and it's not really my thing.
Thank you on behalf of myself and Heil. And we're really, really looking forward to having you guys back on the show at some point in the future. So thank you very much.
Yep, thanks for being on, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
For Pedal to the Metal podcast, this is the Eroica saying have a good night.
Later.
Later.